You can freeze time, but only for 10 seconds at a time. What's the best use for this power? Killing mosquitoes. Yes. Yes. I see those movies where the guy suddenly uses a chopstick and snatches the fly out of the sky. Be a magician. Escapologist. Houdini 2.0 does not give a frick. How would freezing time for 10 seconds help you unlock the shackles on your hands while underwater? Also wondering the same thing. Well, if time is frozen, you can have T key in your pocket. Use the 10 seconds nobody can see what you're doing to grab the key and unlock it. Then resume time and magic escape. This is how Houdini actually did it though. Do you know these people who hide a ball under cups? I would end their careers. Or make your own career. Oh, pause time when he reaches for a cup or card, then swap it out? That'd be cool. People would probably line up to try and guess your secret. Then they notice your hand and body flicker a lot, because you can't go back to the exact same position before you stop time. It'd be like bad special effects from an old movie. In this thread, people acting like they wouldn't notice the object that they're looking at, a bunch of cups that determines whether they lose money or not, suddenly teleport even a millimeter to the left. Emphasis on teleport, because that it didn't move using normal means. It was at point A one moment and then immediately at point B the next. Your pre-freeze self will be like a hologram, so you know where to come back to, and you can choose to be magnetically snapped back to the exact spot where you froze so others don't notice. Gambling. You can stop time and fudge stuff like dice placement, the balls on a roulette, and most importantly, people's and your own decks while playing cards. You can choose what you'll get next and what your opponent gets. You could also make an extra $100 each time you cash out. Teller pulls out $500, gets ready to count it out. You freeze time and grab $100 and pocket it, then unfreeze. Teller counts out $400, sees the mistake, and pulls out another $100. Yeah, but the teller would be on the hook later for being short. Wouldn't poker be easier? Get up, check the other people's hand, bet accordingly. Roulette would be easiest. Just move the ball at the last second to what you bet on. That would probably work once per casino. It would be hard to move the ball while still making it look natural. I think craps would be easiest. Wait until the dice have bounced off the back wall, then set them in the air so that they drop on the right numbers and it just looks like you know how to shoot so that you get a soft bounce. Do you think momentum gets conserved during the freeze though? Cause the dice would have a little spin to them and wouldn't fall straight down. Act like you can teleport. Them. Teleport to the other side of this locked door. It doesn't work that way. You can only teleport to places you can see. Perfectly reasonable limitation for teleportation. What if they say just look through the crack under the door? Freeze time and run away. Just freeze time and hide. And freeze again as soon as they open the door to check. Thinking of a good comeback in a conversation. LOL, this sounds good, but knowing I'm on the clock I would probably still choke. Just slap them at 8 seconds. Either you're witty or they are in pain for no obvious reason. Repeat until concussion. I mean, if time stops and you slap someone while time stops, that's the equivalent of your hand having infinite mass and hitting the guy. So I don't think you'll need a comeback. I just imagine two dudes arguing and then all of a sudden one of them flies at 100 kilometers into the nearest wall. More like his head just turns into mist. Whatever thing you're doing in your room, as soon as you hear the doorknob being turned, activate the power. It's like a lock, with extra steps. It's like a lock, but with less suspicions. Exactly. Locking your door just raises suspicions. Best to not lock it and have the 10-second thing. Saving the things you accidentally dropped. But what is a cooldown? A second? 10? A day? Classic version would be time equal to the time you froze. So 10-second cooldown? Not bad at all. Pulling out a wedgie. You are a genius. Please use your power to help others too. You want them to go around the world. Freeze time for 10 seconds when they see a wedgie and then use that time to pull said wedgie out of a stranger's butt crack. You son of a bitch. I'm in. Giving people a wedgie. To stop myself from spilling my drink. Teleporting behind my friends. Hep, nothing personnel, kid. Hep, nothing personnel, kid 2. Carrying the cat away just before they vomit on the rug. Oh hey, for anyone in this thread with a cat that vomits a lot, consider getting then checked out by a vet. My cat suddenly had an upswing in the frequency of puking and it turned out she has hypothyroidism. She's now on medication that helps her, and us, out in a big way. Yup, mine had 6 feet of wire in its intestines. Goodbye honeymoon. Sure, one could interpret this as it was so expensive I couldn't go on our honeymoon, but I prefer to see this as a cautionary tale as to why you shouldn't marry a cat. Why did you dingoes upvote this? It was riddled with drunk ass typos. I would either be really good at boxing or UFC, or I would get hit once and forget I had a superpower. I don't know how that would work. The audience would see you cutting around every 10 seconds like you're only going a few frames a second. Nah. Freeze time mid-swing. Punch him a frick ton. Resume mid-swing for the one punch knockout. You could play ping pong on your own. This is the most wholesome answer I've seen so far. But also super sad face. Imagine the fame and fortune you could get from it. Become an assassin. I would develop a simple magic routine. My grand finale is the teleporting man. I get little fame for doing the basic teleporting man of entering an enclosed booth and exiting from another enclosed booth. Even though people have seen it before, but it still garners attention. I ramp it to be more of a spectacle. Flashing lights, no booth so the audience can see me except for 1 second when I am obstructed from their view. Once I am big enough I run a limited show that claims I would teleport for in front of their eyes. No gimmicks, no booths, no flashy technology. I teleport in front of people. I charge a lot of money. Word gets out. I charge more and extend the show. Then I start to do private shows for the wealthy elite and charge even more. Talk it to somebody at the top of a staircase. Wait for them to start walking up the stairs to confront me, then freezing time and moving them back to the bottom of the stairs. Over and over. This must be the work of an enemy stand. I scrolled way too far to find the JoJo reference. Run out of theater, church, movie, act without people noticing would make bathroom breaks so much easier. Or actually get into the theater without having to pay. Practicing my knife throwing. At a Japanese teenager and his British American grandfather. While doing a drowning rescue. 10 seconds can change everything. Typo. Stealing French fries off of other people's plates. Depends how physics work in this scenario. If time is truly stopped then the momentum and kinetic energy of every object in motion would be preserved. Meaning, if I took a moving object and moved it somewhere else it would continue moving in the same relative direction. Basically what I'm saying is I'd be really good at darts. If you wanna talk about physics, one case I heard against time stop is that you'd be blind, because light won't hit your eyes. Definitely pranking people. For example, they throw something, I stop time and put it somewhere completely else. You could become a top-ranked fighter. Peeing in a public bathroom. I can live blissfully knowing nobody ever has to hear me pee ever again. You can pee in less than 10 seconds? Is it possible to learn this power? Bet super athletic people you can get to a certain place, like 10 meters away or some other short distance, faster than them. Start the race, stop time, get money. Realizing you'll be stuck in frozen time, because the 10 seconds will never end. Wait a freaking infinite sec. I think you're onto something. Dodge a bullet. OP never said you have instant reaction. Maybe you freeze it when the bullet is penetrating your heart wall. Drop a road roller on my dead brother's great-great-grandson. Or freak a French dude out when he's trying to walk up a staircase by moving him down every step he takes. Keep in mind that for dude to do that, he had to run down the stairs, physically pick him up and move him down a step, and then run back up the stairs and into the same exact position he was in before. Just lurk near an ATM machine and pause at the moment the money comes out. Pretty sure you'd be in some government facility in a matter of weeks at that rate. Being experimented on. The funny answer. Sayings are weirdo right before doing it and walking behind someone. The serious answer. Live life as normal and use only when you are in trouble or to help others. Take a look at your crush. Freeze time before she notices. Look away just before time becomes unfrozen. Rinse and repeat. You should do this without the time freezing and gauge his or her interest in you. I've missed so many opportunities because I was just too scared to talk to pretty women. If you never go for it, you never give yourself a chance. Ladies of Reddit, don't be scared to approach men. Most of us would like it. Men of Reddit, don't be scared to approach women. Don't be rude, creepy, catcall, or corner them, but most women are perfectly fine with having a chat.